Check one. Check two. Check one. We're live. We are live. We're live. Hey, yeah, we're live. Hey, we're live. We're live here on YouTube. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Hey, Frosty the Snowman was carrying on his way. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. Welcome, everybody. How you doing? How are you, man? Ooh-wee, boy. Ooh-wee. Wow, a lot to unpack today. How you doing? How's everybody doing today? Marcusconte reporting. I guess the big story in my eye was the radicalized black guy who stabbed two teens in Grand Central Station. They were eating their Christmas breakfast, their Christmas meal, early in the morning, traveling on Christmas from Paraguay, two tourists. And some disgruntled black guy decided, because he couldn't get a table at the restaurant, decided to stab two teens, screaming, "I want all of these white people dead. I want all these white people dead." He was charged with attempted murder and all the appropriate charges. But where's the hate crime, right? Where's the hate crime? Need I mention if that was a white guy attacking blacks, screaming, "Kill all these black guys"? That would be the front page of the. You'd have protests. You'd have the radical left. Every teenager in America would be out there supporting their black brothers and sisters with signs saying George Floyd, right? But because it was a black guy attacking white tourists in Grand Central Station, it's no big deal. There's nothing to see here, so stop worrying about it, right? These are things that they become obvious, right? I mentioned yesterday about what is a conspiracy theory, right? What is conspiracy theory? In fact, one of them is playing out right now. Styx Hexenhammer. If you saw his little video he put up, he's talking about how the left is radicalizing against him and doing wellness checks, getting police to show up at his door, trying to shoot him, right? Accusing Styx Hexenhammer of killing somebody in the house, and then the police show up. And if you say the wrong thing, you might get shot too, right? It's crazy, right? It's a radicalization, right? Of the left. They're not seeing clearly. They're not. There's something not clear about the way the current people in power are viewing our great nation, our great democracy, our great humanity. It seems like they've been radicalized in a way where they're victims. Everybody's a victim of something. It's your fault. It's because you wear a certain red hat that promotes America, or you have American flag in front of your house, or you're white, or you're not white. It's pretty crazy, right? And while that's all going on, there's a migrant caravan. If you haven't heard, I don't know. It looks like tens of thousands of people marching through the streets of Mexico en route to the American border, where they will enter freely without any pushback and somehow just diffuse into the population. There's a lot of people. It's like I'll play the Fox clip where they have the numbers, but it's a lot of people. It's like the populations of entire states. I think it's in the millions piling in. What are we going to do? All these people? Where are they going to go? That seems to be a problem in America. Overpopulation, right? People get too comfortable, and then they open up the door people that will work for a fraction of the cost, putting pressure on all those lazy fucking Americans that just want to sit around and enjoy their lives because they're Americans, right? So the only people that could sit around and enjoy their lives are billionaires and trillionaires and millionaires, and everybody else is sorry, man. Sorry, you got bad karma. So you got to work. So look at that story. Don Jr. says Nikki Haley's a horrible pick for vice president. There's a buzz that Nikki Haley might be picked by Trump, tapped by Trump to be vice president. Don Jr. doesn't like it. Don Jr., the youngest of the Trumps, the young Trump. Also, there's a march for Gaza at Washington, D.C. in a few days. We'll look at that date. Maybe I'll go down there. Maybe I'll take a ride. And Netanyahu, there's still the war in Gaza. They're now the Jew is now the Gaza the government of Israel is now declaring themselves the equivalent of the liberators of World War II. They're putting themselves in the same category as the Americans for liberating Israel from the horrible Germans and Japanese. They're making this ridiculous, trying to draw ridiculous lines when they are the aggressor. It appears, right? The people of Israel, the government of Israel, is clearly the genocidal maniacs in this case, trying to exterminate the Palestinian people. Not trying to; they're doing it. There's an ethnic cleansing going on. You either get out of Gaza and walk somewhere. Just walk. Get out of here. We don't care where you go. Just leave. Or we'll kill you and we'll starve you out. There's nothing here for you anymore. This property is now the property of the Jew settler who will build it up, right? Will bring in money, right? And build it up and make it better than ever. Make it, more Israel Jew than it was before. So we'll look at that story too. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Markets are looking greenish, sort of. Yeah, we're up. Oh, Nasdaq's up 16. Dow just futures ticked down 30. I wouldn't worry about that. Markets have been up. Santa Claus rally continues, it looks like. And look at that. So welcome everybody to the program. Thank you very much for being here today. Everybody's here. Vinny D. Martini on the wrench. What's up, Vinny? Vinny. Champs is here. Les Grossman, how are you, man? What's up, Les? Mike Taylor, news. What's up, man? My brother. Anyone have the black racist address? No, we don't do that here. We don't care about his address. His address right now is Rikers Island in New York City, right? That's where he is. And, Cass Philly Camden. Fear porn. What's up, Weevil Girl? Good morning, Weevil Girl. Also, our trusted wrench is here. Thomas Slater. These are real people. If you're watching from abroad or watching anywhere in the free world, William R. Hall, the great artist from Syracuse, New York, tells us Styx got swatted. Right? That's what they're talking about. Swatted, meaning that some psychopath somehow gets the police to come to your door. Investigating a violent crime and hoping that you lose your cool and get shot. Right? That's what a SWAT is. So Styx tells us about it. Snickle Fritz 896 says stabbing was caused by white supremacists. Right? The black guy who stabbed the two white teens, it was white supremacy. Exactly. I got it. See, we're paying attention here. We got it. Shadow and Light, welcome to the program. Welcome. Joel Z. Good morning. A lot of new people here. Bob Colon. We must have done something important. Why is everybody here today? I love you guys, man. Thank you all for participating in this live stream. If you're watching, and it's not the live stream, then you're watching the rerun on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social. Wherever else you might have stumbled on this, we're everywhere, and but we're live right now on YouTube. Maybe that'll continue. Sometimes when elections happen, people get kicked out of the room because they don't agree or they have a conflicting opinion of something. But every day, Monday through Thursday, without fail, we're here. And we'll continue to be here. So let's look at the Fox talk about this. They have some images of the migrant caravan that's heading for the border. Look at all the fucking people. Look how many people there are.
Heading towards the border. Up to 15,000 illegals. It's the biggest caravan of the year. 730,000 migrants were encountered at the border since October. That's bigger than the populations of Denver and Seattle.
730. That's a million people. That's 730,000. It's almost a million people were encountered at the border last year. That's a lot of people, right? But here's another 15,000. They're coming. They want in. I want to be American. I don't care.
Over 200 people on the terrorist watch list.
These people just don't look like long-distance travelers to me. How about you? They're not long-distance travelers. They're dressed in casual clothes. They got one backpack. Somebody's feeding these people. Somebody is, how are you traveling all these miles on foot, right? Where do you sleep? There's a little bit of bullshit going on here. What do they do? What does everybody do? Just stop and sleep in the street?
Were stopped at the border this year. More than 20,000 Chinese nationals also crossed. Remember, these are just migrants that border agents encountered. We don't know how many others have snuck through. In Los Angeles, ICE arrested 26 illegals who are sex offenders. Some of them convicted.
Let's listen to this guy.
Now, Mayorkas is the guy who testified time after time that they fake his borders. Meanwhile, polls show that our open borders are becoming have clearly said.
There's a guy singing. I want to see this jerk off. Did you see this video of this the governor of Colorado singing Banis Navidad?
They want. The Democrats think they can win by pandering.
Let's go.
Here's the governor of Colorado.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Now, I can't really frown on this guy for doing that, right? He's the governor of Colorado. We disagree with his decision to allow Trump to get kicked off of the ballot. Where was he what was he out there singing while he was Christmas caroling? I don't have a problem with this. I really don't, but Fox does.
That is the definition of cringe. They think that doing a funny dance and...
They think. Oh, come on. He's the governor of the state.
Butchering a Spanish song will get them votes.
That wasn't a butcher. He didn't sing it out of key. He sang it in perfect key.
Hispanic people who came to America the right way see right through this. But
no, they don't.
This is just what Democrats do.
Well, anyway, it was it's an interesting clip now that you've seen it. The dancing, singing Democratic governor from Colorado. Whatever, man. It's all good, man. It's good to sing, right? It's good to have fun. He's having fun on Christmas. He's having fun for Christmas. Leave him alone. Don Jr. puts his dad on notice over buzz of Nikki Haley as VP pick. So it looks like the Republicans are moving past their insignificant primary and now, to some degree, acknowledging that Trump will be the candidate. But Don Trump Jr. Says no way to Nikki Haley. Let's listen.
I wouldn't have her out. I would go to great lengths to make sure that doesn't happen. Nikki Haley wants never-ending wars. She's a puppet of the establishment in Washington, D.C. She's the new favored candidate of the billionaire class because they want control. No different than academia and Harvard and using, their billions to exercise influence. They want someone they control.
He doesn't like Nikki.
Ron DeSantis has proven that he doesn't have what it takes to be on that stage. He's embarrassed himself that way. She's now the preferred candidate. No, I would not want Nikki Haley to be there. All we get from her is never-ending wars.
Fox, no. So that's a... Whoa. So Nikki Haley is on Don Jr.'s shit list. I don't know. If Trump's going to look at it and say, well, who has the most people? He might have a win. It depends on Nikki Haley's attitude. If Nikki Haley changes her bad attitude about everything and becomes a little humble and stop being, bitchy and apologize to Vivek Ramaswamy, and even DeSantis. I think she would probably be his, a pretty good pick for Trump. Again, DeSantis is a leader. Trump's not going to work well with a leader like DeSantis or Vivek Ramaswamy, who's got a huge mouth. Nikki Haley is kind of a laid down, fucking, do as you say kind of governor from some stupid state. And she might be, but I don't know. It's too early to really say. But out of the Trump camp, Trump doesn't work in isolation. Don Jr., and Dad probably had a talk and over golf, and he knows that Dad doesn't like Nikki. Right? So Nikki's probably on the shit list. Sorry, Nikki, you lose. So let's talk about this being swatted. Right now, not many people are in this position to have it happen to them. I was for a long time ago. I had psycho, crazy, delusional, fucking schizophrenic nuts coming after me, right? Trying to manipulate and trying to infuse my mouth with their words, and accusing me of every incredibly stupid thing that they can think of. But it's happened to Sticks Hexenhammer. Someone came to his house. Sticks Hexenhammer, if you don't know, if you just look at the video, it's 71,000 views in the last day. A lot of people paying attention, 500,000 subscribers. That's Sticks Hexenhammer. Let's listen to what happened. What happened, Sticks?
All right, everyone. It gets rather tedious. I was out for a walk, actually, with my niece over the last couple of hours in the woods. It's dark now. And apparently my home, there was an attempted swatting at it, actually, while we were out. Now,
all right, let's not call it anything yet. What happened? That's what I want to know. What happened? It seems that some psychopath called the agencies, the enforcement agencies in Vermont, and said something about Sticks Hexenhammer, trying to get police to go to his door. We're calling it a SWAT. All right.
Thank you very much to the county police, to Rutland area, as well as the Vermont State Police, because they actually called my mother. Apparently somebody called in like a warning or a complaint or something, saying that somebody had said that they had killed their wife in my house. And all
right, so somebody reported a murder. That's the gist of it. Somebody calls on the phone and reports a murder inside of Sticks Hexenhammer's house while he's outside walking around.
Normal circumstances, if you get like Metro cops or something like that, they're going to charge down the door or something. They didn't do that, though. So to the attempted swatter, you failed completely. You see, the police here understand, number one, the law.
Yeah, but you know why? You're fueling it now by telling them that. I don't know. This might be throwing gas on the fire, Sticks.
And number two, the fact that...
he says he's got a recording of it. I'd like to hear it.
I happened to be there, and I'm assuming that I was the target of this particular swatting. So, in other words, somebody attempted to have me murdered. You have failed. I'm still here.
Still alive.
And I will be here. If anything, this is going to get me to double down on my hate and vitriol against the far left, because you are all complete scumbags.
Right.
You deserve to be exiled from the country, excised like a tumor. You should be cut off and hung out to dry. That's the only way to put it. The right way.
Maybe it wasn't the left. Maybe it was just somebody who's trying to get upseat you. You know what I mean?
Never did this to me. Fuck, I spent years as a Satanist, okay? I spent years saying, praise the devil. Did any Christian ever swat me? No, it never happened. I don't care if you troll me online.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine, perfectly normal.
All right, so that's pretty heavy, right? It's pretty heavy. That is, it's a violation there of, someone's humanity, right? Look, you can online, he's right about that. Online, people control you, say whatever they want, who cares? It's when people start to go above and beyond that, right? They start to, they find out your address, and then they send cops there, and they make up these bullshit stories about you, right? And there's really no crime, I guess, surrounding that. And people do it all the time. But heads up, Sticks. Heads up, man. Just keep the door locked, keep your gun loaded, keep your candy supplied, right? And watch out, man. Watch out. So I might go to this. I think it's a great idea. I think. What do we got? March on Washington. March on Washington for Gaza. Saturday, January 13, 1 p.m. at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Right on the mall, tens of thousands of young Muslims and Muslim Legal Fund and all the other American Muslim Palestinian groups. What else? Muslim Ummah of North America. All the Muslims are going to get together, and their supporters. And you don't have to be Muslim to show up. You just have to agree that the Palestinians have a right to be alive and not bombed and pillaged and having all their property stolen and their dead bodies swept aside. Right. So pencil it in. Might be a good event to go and mingle and. Maybe I'll go down there and I'll wear a giant Star of David, right, and a yarmulke. I'll work my way through the crowd with an Israeli flag on my back and a yarmulke and see how long I survive. Right? Or I'll do half that way, and then the other half I'll put the turban on my head, and I'll walk through the crowd as a Muslim from Afghanistan or something like that. See how they like me, right? So what do we got here?
Israel has killed 20,000 people, 70% of them children and women, and that doesn't even count the thousands of people that have been killed under the rubble when Israeli bombs have destroyed buildings and homes over people's bodies. So we're looking at something that has never happened at this scale in this century. We're seeing massive opposition within the State Department, within the White House interns, these young, ambitious students, the youngest of the federal workforce, came out publicly and said, we are not the leaders of today, but we aspire to lead in the future, and we cannot stand by and watch this genocide being perpetuated by Israel.
There's a lot of people calling it genocide. What is the definition of genocide? To wipe out a gene pool. Isn't that what's happening? Isn't that what the Germans, the Jews in Germany accused the Germans of doing, the ethnic cleansing? Right? Not only did they kill Jews, the Germans, they killed a lot of people. They killed Polish, they killed Russians, they killed fucking French, they killed British. They killed everybody, right? They killed some Italians that resisted, right? They were killing everybody, right? The Germans. They weren't just killing Jews, but it looks like we have a defection. Young Muslims are turning away from Biden and his onslaught of murder, right? Wanted for murder, right? This is Benjamin Netanyahu. It looks like there's somebody wants him for murder and torture of Palestinian men, women, children, and babies. Right? Holy smokes! Netanyahu better watch out, man. That's somebody's going to come to his door and arrest him for that, right? He says Gaza must be de-radicalized like post-World War II Germany as part as prerequisite for peace, Netanyahu says. Right? Prime Minister Netanyahu has said his country's military operation against the Hamas terror group will not be complete until the Gaza Strip and Palestinian society as a whole are de-radicalized. De-radicalization. What does that mean? In other words, it's not de-radicalization. It's you agree with us and you become like a background Jew, right? Or Jew logic in Israel and shut the hell up and stop with all this Palestine river to sea garbage, right? Suck it up, Charlie. That's what they're telling him, right? How do you determine? How's Benjamin Netanyahu going to determine who's de-radicalized? You just killed half the fucking place, right? You killed half the people, babies, kids, mothers, fathers, cousins, sisters, grandma, grandpa, all dead because of Netanyahu's fucking aggression. And They essentially wiped out the people of Gaza. This is unprecedented in time, right? Gaza has taken a lot of fucking hits over the years, but not like this one. This is a all-out military strike, right? Like just shutting off the water, the power, filling the ground with salt water, flushing people the fuck out of their homes, right? And then, you know, no food, no electricity, nothing, right? Right? The Jew says, we take everything, we give you nothing. Right? That's the strategy here. We take from you everything, and we leave you nothing. We are the Jew of Israel. Fuck you, Palestine. That's what they're saying. That's how I see it. So here's Netanyahu, super Jew, Zionist, maybe not Jew. I don't know. I don't know the difference. The purging of Palestinian terror ideology was one of the prerequisites for peace. Look at this, man. Look at the disaster. Look at the disaster Israel has created. It's just none of this is going to look the same, right? They're leveling the fucking place, right? And we got to de-radicalize them. We got to convince them that the bombs that we're dropping on their heads and the evisceration of their people is necessary because of their radicalization that they can't see and they don't understand. Every time they get hit with a bomb, they don't realize that they're being de-radicalized. When they get hit with a bomb, they think that they become radical. Right? But Israel wants to bomb them and then de-radicalize them. How exactly do you do that? How do you do that? You kick them out, right? There's piles of dead bodies in the trucks. I've never been in a war zone. I've never, been in a place where I've never served in any militaries. I know a lot of people that have, not a lot of them, but I know a handful. And they always come back with stories of trauma. And you ask them point blank, were you in the shit? Did you see the shit? And they go, oh yeah, I saw some shit. Right? Like, in other words, a lot of them are, forced to kill people and stuff. Our military, right? And but I personally have never I've never gotten the blunt end of a war. Right? No building ever got blown up next door to me or anything like that. Although I did see 9/11. I was there, very, very close to 9/11, and saw the building fall. Saw the second building fall. Didn't see any planes, but I saw. I was still sleeping. Shit flew right over my head. By the time I woke up, both buildings were already on fire. And I was right there. I was right there when the first one fell down. I saw it. 3 blocks away. I was running from the pile of smoke. But again, that's not a full-on military hit. Right? There's no continuation there. It's just a one-off, and the building falls and the threat is gone for that moment. Right? Unless you got hit with the building while it was falling. But there was no ongoing violence, but not so in Gaza. The ongoing violence is ongoing and real and deadly. So let's talk about this main story. I hope I didn't bore you. Let's before we do that, let's look at the market. Ding, we're open. 9:32 New York time, and boom, we're open. Nasdaq up 27, Dow down 44, S&P 500 down $1. Green on the technology side, looks like. Rivian up 8 cents. Nvidia up $2.80 to $495 a share. Looks like it's going to go over 500, and probably gallop. Who knows how high? Right? Shit is going up. Apple down 50 cents to 192. Apple's having a hard time getting up there again. It's way up, but it's having a hard time pushing past the top. Amazon 153. Meta up another $3. Facebook was the story of 2023 because it went down to $90 a share, and now it's $350. That's a huge move. Now, if you were sitting in it while it was going down, you got fucked if you sold it. But when it bounced back, if you caught it at the bottom, you made some coin right there. Microsoft up 6 cents. Tesla up $3.18. The great Elon Musk's tool. Tesla. What else? Bitcoin up $163 this morning. Whoop-de-doo. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, the military-industrial complex stocks, the ones that bring you wars a la carte. Mixed. Lockheed Martin up 60 cents. Raytheon flat. Boeing up 8 cents. The holiest stocks of the year. The ones that bring you the shot in the arm, the vaccine that keeps you safe and away from people. And healthy sometimes. They are flat as well. Pfizer up a penny, Johnson & Johnson down 25 cents, and Moderna up $1.60. That's significant. That's a good move. So overall, Nasdaq up slightly, Dow down slightly, S&P up slightly. And I'll just say it again. Jamie Dimon called it. Jamie Dimon is the CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, and he called the S&P 500. He said that by the end of the year it would be 4,700. Nobody believed him when it was like 42, and that shit ran right up, man. Fucking, you got to listen to these guys. They know what they're talking about most of the time, most of the time. So here we go. So teen tourist stabbed by deranged. Start again. Teen tourist stabbed by deranged stranger at Grand Central who shouted, "I want all the white people dead." I did this on Christmas. A troubled vagrant. Now, what I'm looking for is, where is the racially motivated fucking crime here, right? Someone yells, someone stabs, goes into the restaurant, fucking stabs 2 teenagers, right? Teenagers, kids. Stabs the girl in the back, almost punctures her lung, and stabs the other girl in the leg. Kids, 17 years old, 16 years old, yelling, "I want all these white people dead. I want all these white people dead." Yeah, that's not racially motivated. That's not a hate crime. That's not racism par excellence. No, not according to the NYPD. He's just a troubled vagrant. He randomly stabbed 2 teenage girls enjoying a Christmas morning meal with their parents at Grand Central Terminal restaurant after ranting that he wanted all white people dead. The girls, 14 years old and 16 years old, visiting from South America at Tartinieri. Tartinieri, that's a restaurant in Grand Central Concourse, around 11 a.m. Monday, and suffered non-life-threatening wounds. I don't know about that, man. You get stabbed in the back with some psychopath, by some psychopath. You don't know what was on that knife, right? What kind of germs you're going to catch. The shit almost punctured her lung. One of the kids. That's not life-threatening. "I want all the white people dead," the suspect said. Stephen Hutcherson, 36. Black is the ace of spades. There he is. Black. He's black. Is he black? Can we confirm that he's black? He is black. He's a blackie. He then allegedly lunged at the unsuspecting teens, plunging a knife into the 16-year-old's back, nicking her lungs, and stabbing the younger girl in the thigh, police said. Hutchinson, that's the killer, almost killer, who cops and sources said has a slew of prior arrests and a history of mental health issues. You don't say. He allegedly popped up at the restaurant and said he wanted a table, but wasn't going to order anything. So he's being a dickhead at the table. He's got no money. He's just fucking around. "I want a table. I don't like to eat anything, man." Nearby transit officers rushed over in less than a minute after the stabbing, and Mr. Black, Hutchinson, dropped the knife as soon as they arrived. Made a smart move, because they would have fucking filled you with bullets if you didn't do it. right in the middle of Grand Central, they'd shoot you down hard, right? Really hard. Everyone was just running, a veteran MTA employee who witnessed the incident said, calling the scene chaotic. Yeah, I could see that. Grand Central, I've been in here many, many times, just walked through. I've actually played guitar in here somewhere, some hallway or something. The Apple Store, I think the Apple Store is up here. There's stores all over the place. There's stores and Grand Central, and this is where you catch a train station. And I could definitely see it getting chaotic if somebody got, stabbed and police are running with guns. You'd be fucking, of course, you head to the door, right? You head right out the door, man. Where's the door? Get me out of here. I'm out. I quit. Are you working there? And they say, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Go to work. Get back to work. And you'd be like, yeah, I'll see you later, man. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't feel well. Right? That's what you do, man. I had friends at 9/11 that did that, right? They were in the building. One friend, my friend Tom, he was in the building. And he heard that message, just go back to your table. There's nothing wrong here. Go back to your desk and continue to work. And he looked out the window and he saw the building next to him on fire. And he fucking went down the elevator and went home. He didn't say anything to anybody, and he lived. And everybody else was dead. So that's what I would do. In that situation, if I was a working stiff, not first responder. If you're a cop, you can't just go home. That's your job. Your job is to get the killer. But if you're just like working, working behind the counter and some psychopath is stabbing people, just fucking leave. Go home, man. Just go home. And what are you going to do? Get written up? That's stupid. I would have gotten written up. Instead, I'm dead. Teams were released the same day from the hospital. All right. So that's the name of it. This is the Tartinery. I don't know what kind of food they serve, but I don't know if I've seen this. It looks like a movie theater. So Tartinery down there. This is really what the food court looks like. I've been in the food court before, and you just pick a table and sit down, and anybody can roam on in, right? It's New York, right? It's just 5 feet away is the public, and somebody comes in and sits down, but where's the crime, right? Where's the crime? This guy had a long history of crime. He served 15 days many times. He's pleaded guilty to weapons possessions many times. He went into a department store and caused Bergdorf Goodman. That's the same department store where Trump allegedly raped somebody. He caused $81,000 in damage. No problem. So anyway, girl now accused of stabbing. Right? The point. What's the point of the story? Right? Why are we even talking about this? It's because I looked at the list of crimes that he's accused of. Or being here. Hutchinson was booked on felony counts of attempted murder. Well, yes, that's good. Assault, of course. Criminal possession of a weapon, yeah. And misdemeanor endangering the welfare of a child, according to the MTA. Where's the hate crime? Where is the racially motivated hate crime, right? He said in his own words, I want all these white people dead. Right? That's what you have to stop. Why isn't that the top story in America? Why only when it's some other combination of race is it an issue? Right? Think about it. Think about the bias that's going on there. Right? You can't see through the color of one's skin. So I don't like this. I don't like this. I think this guy should be tried. I think people should. I think white people. Look at the Arabs. The Arabs are fucking marching for Gaza. And what are you doing, Whitey? What are you doing? You're sitting home letting fucking black people stab you in Grand Central, and you got no problem with that? What's up, New York? What's up, New York? All these the blacks are stabbing and trying to kill you while you're eating Christmas morning breakfast, and the NYPD gets the guy, and there's no hate crime. What the fuck, man? If that guy, if he killed. Think about this. Think about the situation if the headline would read, teen tourists from Israel, Jew teens from Israel stabbed by deranged man saying, I want all these Jews dead. Can you imagine if the spin was that way? If the guy was like targeting, a Jew? He saw yarmulkes and he went after them. Right? I don't like Jews. Right? They're taking everything. Right? Then we'd have a problem. Right? You'd have every Jew in America fucking rallying the White House to stop anti-Jewism. Right? But when it comes to white people, it's like a blind spot. Right? It's like you're driving on the highway and you cut into someone's lane and you didn't see the car and you get whacked. There's a blind spot. America has a tremendous blind spot to racism and violence against anybody who they perceive as white. White being absence of something else. You're white. You're not fucking European or Russian or you know how many versions of whites there are. White people come from all over the world. Right? There's whites in Africa. There's whites in every corner of the globe. There's whites. Right? And so is whites are a race, like Jew, and Jew is a race. I don't know, man. But what I say is whites, unite, white. Hey, whitey, unite. Hey, whitey, unite the whites. So is the market holding? I guess it is. Yeah, it was a colossal miss. A lot of us got out. A lot of people, fucking headed for the doors when the markets were down, and now they're up and sidelined. It's going up. Just look at this. Everything's green right now. The Dow just went green. So thank you everybody for joining me. And I guess I don't have any music set up, so I guess you got to listen to me play. Where's my pick? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate that. Going forward, we are going forward. I'm going to play Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. See you guys tomorrow. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, let's go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Rama,